Can you hear me off my Wait. Hello? Okay, you can hear me through headphones, right?
Yep. Well, I can hear them. Yeah, I can hear you, right?
Good. Alright, welcome to DangerRadio, the first episode of season 1.
91.6 FM.
Alright, so we got a topic here. No one's even in my stream, but I'm about to bring up a topic. Let's talk about...
I think we got something coming in the wire. Talk about the weather like a normal radio.
Alright, the weather... Hold on. I'm about to look up the weather right now.
You don't have to look up the actual weather. You can make up some, like, I don't know, astronomical, snow's coming from the sky. That's moon-sized hail or something. I don't know.
It's 28 degrees in Ohio. Cool.
Imagine it's just a global forecast. A global forecast. Just doing that instead of actual weather forecasting, like just in local areas. Just one single global forecast.
Just in on CBS News, lawmakers push Biden to offer current $2,000 stimulus checks.
Hey, wait, hold on. That's up. Why are we bring the politics in here?
On my news. Okay, hold on. I can take off my microphone on your name. I'm gonna put politics on my radio news. If anyone has something to say to that.
I should do a series. I'm thinking I should do a series that just read like my random news, like a random news one, and they should.
How are you doing?
I'm trying to run back.
If you have days of radio, bring you. Kitty Lily has joined the DangerRadio. Welcome.
Just like pretending you're all around the you're in like all around the world, like international radio, global radio.
One of your viewers just joined the DangerRadio station. Welcome.
Hold on one second.
Mine9News.
Where's your radio? Where's your antenna?
Hold on.
You forgot your antenna.
Alright, so, okay.
Just like, radio stations don't really talk.
35 degrees outside. Now, obviously, it looks like a good day outside, but really, it's 35 degrees. Oh wait, there's more. Currently, at the WWE Royal Rumble 2021, Braun Strowman is now in the Rumble. We still got 10 people to qualify.
It's like, let's talk about the Royal Rumble and then you introduce me.
Oh, sorry. My
We
guest
should
is
do
there. Invisible Spider. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. As you know, I've been in Mine9News, and yeah, and you just basically want to know about that. So what are we talking about here today?
Okay, so Kitty Lewis just said talk about songs.
Songs?
Songs, okay.
Okay, so some of the songs by the, like this, so The songs famously by like Bruno Mars, Ray Charles, and Johnny Cash. Those are iconic songs. Even in this day and age, they're still played to this day.
And also do the Minecraft music.
Minecraft. And
Copyright. This isn't copyright. Hold on. Look at this iconic music. Listen to this.
So,
the iconic Minecraft music is still talking about today.
I got a good idea.
Who you got?
So, let's both talk about, let's just, like, bring up news from, like, regarding the Rumble. Like, regarding the Rumble. So, let's just look up, let me just,
WWE Micro War current roster with Royal Rumble wins and avoid establishment.
Well, as of the Royal Rumble, which is less than 24 hours away, there has been 20 confirmed entrants into the Royal Rumble, 20 or 21, and about a little less for the Women's Rumble. So, Sonic.
Kind of sad.
Oh,
Can we speak in multiple languages here or not? Kitty literally
What with
asked if we
Sonic?
could talk in multiple languages.
Sonic, I'm just gonna say he's a hedgehog, and he can't be beat because he's the fastest thing alive. Please don't sue me.
Let's talk about how TJP can be at the room. I'm kidding. Nah, I didn't. Okay,
The easy meme?
Kitty literally asked, can we speak in multiple languages here or not? I'll have to translate them. I'll have to, like, if I don't know any other languages besides English, it's something I'll translate it. Just in a couple hours, so we will have another 2K19 match. John Wick will be in the match.
All I know is the easy meme is like, I remember having this thing, a button that's like, pressing like, that was easy.
That was easy, no. We should do a watch party for the Royal Rumble tomorrow.
I would love to like share the screen, like look at the, like display the screen, but like for the pre-show, but I mean,
I can do it for the regular show.
I don't know if I can actually do that because of copyright reasons.
Copyright.
Copyright.
I can get on Discord and share my. And then you. All right. Let's talk about the matches that's gonna happen tomorrow.
So,
Talk about games. Okay. Kitty literally wants us to talk about games.
So, the games like have been popular since its insurrection in the 1960s when they started going like with Pong, Space Invaders, and Pac-Man. All those old games come to light, and it is still evolutionizing our ways of communicating with the outside world. And there are, like everything, it has a bad aspect of video games. You can always be addicted to something. Like video games is one of the main reasons why people might not actually be in school on time or to skip school altogether, or just play sick or play hooky or whatever.
Whoa.
So like companies like Nintendo, Sega, what was it? Oh, Nintendo, Sega, brand Namco, Sony, and Sony with so as we known that right now about the latest consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. There was a report that that somebody just bought a PS5 and they broke it right in front of onlookers. I'm not even joking about that. You can actually look it up.
Damn. I don't top Mojo's from Mojo's top 10 worst games to 21.
So
why are you so close to the mic like that?
what?
Look at how close you are to the lever.
Oh, ah! Oh yeah, I can't.
Hello. Alright. The Women's Tag Team Championship match between Asuka and Charlotte versus Shayna and Nia Jax. Kyle.
Let's talk about the history between these two teams. Starting at TLC, they Charlotte Flair replaced replaced Lana to be Asuka's partner to defend against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and they eventually won the titles. And apparently, that came Legends Night, and Ric Flair betrayed his own daughter. And Lacey Evans was just basically taking him, not taking him hostage, but taking him away from Charlotte. And I guess that I don't know if that's gonna be the case in Royal Rumble, but Lacey Evans might get involved, or Ric Flair might, But and you can talk about Jax and Baszler if you
Hello? Oh.
So, like, do you even know the history between Baszler and Jax?
See, they were both monsters back in the day. Well, not back in the day, sorry, not 1900s. Shayna Baszler. She came in from a MMA background, am I correct, right? She came in.
Yes, that's one of the 4 horsewomen of UFC.
She came in destroying the NXT roster. Came in on her main roster, destroying everybody. She was the first person to destroy everybody in the women's elimination chamber by herself. She eliminated everybody. Eliminated. She went to face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Lost to Becky Lynch by a roll-up. But then, Nia Jax, Shayna and I was like, they didn't get along because they both good. Let's go on.
And to note about Nia Jax is known for actually trying to real close to injuring people in the ring, that she worked with. and that for some reason she was put on a little timeout, a little from wrestling, and they tried to train her back, but still able to be wrestling, and then won the women's tag team championships from I forgot what they won them from. I think it was it? No, it wasn't Cross and Bliss. Is it? Was it Cross and Bliss they defeated to get the women's tag team championships?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. If that's so, yeah.
Charlotte, whatever they had.
Starting at WrestleMania 34, where Charlotte beat Asuka in the longest streak in WWE history. Well, no, only second streak to the Undertaker's 21-0 streak at WrestleMania.
Alright,
Asuka and Charlotte being two Royal Rumble Women's Royal Rumble winners, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, two big women to not mess with. Okay. And
the next match. Wait, who predicted this one?
So. The prediction, in my opinion, I cannot rule out Jax and Nia, but when the direction, there's a bigger chance that Flair and Asuka are actually gonna win. I think they're gonna win because because Nia Jax, that might hurt her reputation as a wrestler for injuring her opponents in the ring. So Asuka and Charlotte, what's your predictions?
Okay, my prediction.
Can you put your mic up a little bit, because I could
Okay. My prediction. Are gonna be. What you gonna have? Hold on.
Huh?
My predictions are Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Why you say this reason?
They haven't won their titles in about a few months. So I thought maybe they could win her back. They're monsters.
There are rumors that those two can implode and just go at each other's throats, since they're in the Royal Rumble, in the Women's Rumble. So next match on the card is
Sasha Banks versus Carmella.
Sasha Banks and Carmella, with possibly Reginald by her side. So Asuka, not Asuka, Sasha.
Yeah, Asuka have two matches.
Asuka should defend her
Championship.
With her story, like with turning her appearance, her hair blue, and then just attacking Natalia, and then just won the women's tag team championships with her buddy Bailey, and eventually, after several months, Bailey turned on her. So, yeah.
This just in.
Bailey. So Sasha Banks won the SmackDown Women's Championship from her, and in Carmella's case, it keeps getting attacked by Carmella, and returned with a untouchable appearance and stuff, untouchable charisma and stuff. Being a former women's being a former woman Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Yep, thanks to James Ellsworth. And he adopted Reginald because he wanted it a couple weeks ago because of the So Carmella used to be Mela means money, but now I don't know if he's not all about Mela means money anymore. She's basically untouchable because of Reginald. But I think that between Banks and Carmella, I don't think Carmella will win the SmackDown Women's Championship, but I wouldn't roll that out. But it could be a possibility. But I think Banks would actually win. Would actually retain the championship. So.
That is true.
So, what is your prediction?
I'm gonna say I would say Sasha Banks retains the title.
Oh, I forgot to say the reason. Sasha Banks would retain the title because Carmella is just kind of still trying to regain her past, not her past self, but trying to get some things back into her and try to win the SmackDown Women's Championship like she done before and when she cashed in on Charlotte Flair. So, yeah. So that's why I picked Sasha. Why do you pick Sasha?
Well, the reason why I picked Sasha.
Your microphone's low.
The reason why I picked Sasha is because I don't like Carmella. And if Sasha keeps up this... Huh?
That's it. Just...
I don't like Carmella anymore. No, how he'll be up now. I think Sasha Banks should win the title, for a title defended at all time. Right. Because if you think about it, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? If Sasha Banks keeps the title, goes to Elimination Chamber, fighting for the Women's Championship as well there. Just think of fighting. Then pretty soon she'll be facing anybody who wins the Rumble. And Carmella wouldn't be the title if she's Reginald with her. She would literally have, like, how she was with championship, what the results were. She has to always have somebody by her side. So you would think that maybe Carmella has a chance. But no. I don't think he would have a chance. But I get what you're saying. Wait, who did you predict to win?
Who do I predict to win? I said Sasha.
Or that's good. It's very good.
So
you understand what I'm saying?
Huh?
You understand what I'm saying, right? Because she really would not lose that belt at all if she has Rose on her side.
Yeah. But there's also next match is I'm assuming it will be the United States Championship match between Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley.
Is that match actually happening tomorrow night?
Yeah, because it's supposed to, because Matt Riddle actually won a gauntlet against the entire Hurt Business. So if you don't know, Marshall, Matt Riddle first faced off against
I know.
Shelton Benjamin. He beat him in quick fashion, and so did MVP. He just rolled him up, and then Cedric Alexander took a little bit longer, and then he won. And
I know he beat him, but I didn't know if that's happening at Rumble.
So Matt Riddle, I mean, he's the original bro. AKA he's not, because Zack Ryder came up with the bro gimmick. But I mean, Matt Riddle, I think, could have an equal chance of winning, because he's new to Raw. Like Keith Lee, I don't think it's gonna completely obliterate. It's not gonna be like a Brock Lesnar squash, like it's down to Ricochet last year. So at Super Showdown, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be at least an equally contested fight. Bobby Lashley, being a veteran of the WWE since 2006, he been a monster for 2006 and 2007, and then just wrestling for ECW and all that, being a WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and being a US champion. Actually, he was going for the US Championship to John Cena, but John Cena just actually beat him barely. But besides that point, he's the US Championship again. He won it from, what was it? The United States Championship, I think he won it from, didn't he won it from Apollo? Yeah, he won it from Apollo. I think he did. Did he? Who did he win it from?
I think he did. Win it from Apollo.
And now Bobby Lashley has a challenge on his hands. Matt Riddle needs to get out of this little challenge to get out of the Hurt Lock. He renamed it the Hurt Lock because Chris Masters, former wrestler Chris Masters, I think he's wrestling now. I think he might be wrestling still. Chris Masters used to have this Master Lock, but now Bobby Lashley uses it as a Hurt Lock. Well, it's actually called a Full Nelson, but I mean, Bobby Lashley was the only one to break out of the Master Lock, so if you actually think about it, so Bobby Lashley I don't think is going to retain because well, there's a chance that he could. That's the most likely reason on paper, but Matt Riddle might come up with a miracle win actually, because I think the Hurt business might implode. So my reason is why Matt Riddle would win is because the Hurt business is about to implode without Lashley and MVP trying to maintain the composure of both Benjamin and Alexander. So that's why Matt Riddle should get the victory and become the U.S. Championship, UBS champion. So what is your pick for the?
Well, I have to go with Matt Riddle. You know, we gotta go with Matt Riddle. He's been there for a while, and he hasn't got a title shot. It's sad that he hasn't got any, recognition, goodness in his career. But now that he's gonna finally get it, there we go. Alright, for the next match, is that a title on the line tomorrow night?
In their Continental Championship, I think there's going to be a triple threat. I think it's going to be Big E versus Apollo versus Sammy, or is it Big E versus Sammy? One of those two. But we're not going to get into that until it's actually announced. So the next match is, I would say I'm gonna guess the Women's Rumble would be next. And
alright. I'm picking, honestly, we have a lot of good talent. We have Bianca Belair, we have Bayley, we have Sasha. We have Dana Brooke, Mandy. Maybe we might see some returns. Also some NXT returns. But if I had to pick only one person, I have to either pick Rhea Ripley, or I'm gonna go with Bayley. And that's my prediction.
So your pick is gonna be either Bayley or Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
So, out of the talent that is announced, it is not gonna be Nia Jax. I don't think it's gonna be Nia Jax. I don't think it's gonna be a legend. Unless it's on like some type of history, that would make sense. But I would think that there's a few people that I would look for. Bianca Belair, or Shayna Baszler.
Ooh.
Because Bianca Belair, because of the he's pretty much newer to the WWE universe, to the WWE main roster, and I think that Bianca Belair would need a boost. The only thing that she's done besides trying to feud with Bayley is basically being part of the Street Profits, or at least splitting away from the Street Profits, and then just feuding with Zelina Vega. So yeah, and the reason why I picked Shayna Baszler, because Baszler, I mean, she's a good talent. She has a good background, because she might break away from Nia Jax, like I previously stated, because they don't see eye to eye. I think they would have compilate a match later on in the year of 2021, but besides the point. So Shayna, because of the MMA background, and Bianca Belair because of needs a little push, because he hasn't been doing much lately. So yeah. Oh, hi Chainsmoker. I forgot to say that. I was just talking. I'm live right now, so there's not much people. There's not people watching. Well, there's one, it says, but I don't.
Like music.
Hey. So we're just talking about the Rumble.
Shane, who do you predict to win the Rumble?
Bianca.
Bianca? Alright. Sasha or Carmella?
Huh?
Sasha or Carmella?
Sasha.
If we don't come to a match, it's between Carmella and Biggie.
Or just
Biggie.
Sammy or Biggie. Yep.
Or Paula.
Okay. Yeah. Not and Shayna versus Austin Charlotte.
Oscar and Charlotte.
So
And Buck Lashley.
Brutal.
Alright, now we'll cut up.
the women's rumble. So the women's rumble, who do you think's gonna? Well, that's who's gonna be a likely favorite to win.
Bianca.
Oh, you already said that. I forgot. So the next one is Reigns and Owens. So Reigns and Owens. So Reigns has, like, you know, he's been on the big dog. He's been the top guy for nearly 9 years. So I mean, he has feared with Paul Heyman, who is Brock Lesnar's stooge for all of his years in the WWE. So I don't know why he has downside. It's a little bit of a downside, but that's beside the point. Him and Jey Uso are just a little team, little team that just, if Roman Reigns just is trying to keep his prestige, and Jey Uso just jumping out and just like handcuffing Kevin Owens in the cage because to make Roman Reigns win, or just like interfering in the match.
Because if he didn't, Kevin Owens would have won.
And Kevin Owens didn't have this fight Owens fight attitude since he defeated Shane McMahon at the premiere of Fox on premiere episode premiere on SmackDown on Fox. So
That was a pretty good match, though.
I think I watched that night. I forgot.
But until Kevin got done with the powerbomb on the ladder. Caught him off.
But I seen it coming.
Next match we have here is versus McIntyre.
Drew.
McIntyre, yes, well, I see it, because McIntyre has been on a roll lately since WrestleMania 36. I think he would keep it until WrestleMania 37 and possibly face a new opponent. But Goldberg, I mean, even if I wanted to, I would like to go against Drew McIntyre, but he's not in his prime anymore. So I mean, I want him to be put. Oh, I want him to put over Drew, because let's face it, like the Fiend, Goldberg has been screwing people. Goldberg screwed Kevin Owens out of the Universal Championship. He screwed the Fiend out of a match in Saudi Arabia. I mean, Goldberg's just been using his backstage influence to get himself over the new guys. But besides the point, Goldberg, I don't think he needs the WWE Championship because he already won the Universal Championship twice, and he won the World Heavyweight Championship once already, so I think it's already capped off for his career since he's already a Hall of Famer. So Drew McIntyre, because of his stardom, I don't want him to get his prestige lowered down.
Alright.
So what do you think, Marsh?
First, okay, change it. Drew, right?
I said Drew. He said Drew.
Well, I'm gonna be the odd one here. I'm gonna pick Goldberg because he puts himself over, alright? He keeps coming up out of nowhere and showing, oh, I want the title right now. No, but here's the thing. You don't know something is truly gone. You know, I would like to see Goldberg have one more title reign before he retires, but he keeps watching way too much. But either way, I still think Goldberg could get one more title reign before he fully retires.
Yeah, but not Drew.
Well, he doesn't. He's not retiring until 2022 because he has a wrestling contract until 2022. But if he kind of like doesn't want, he kind of relinquished the contract. But besides the point, I mean, Goldberg is a good competitor and a good WCW legend and stuff. But Goldberg just coming out and demanding a title match and baseless claims that Drew McIntyre was disrespecting the legends. Why don't you just go in the backstage area and confront Randy Orton? That would have made sense. But no, Goldberg just like, hey Drew, I'm next for that title. And you better I'm demanding for a title match. Even though he says he's challenging, but he's demanding because I guess he made his backstage influence after a title. He came back because of a title. Well, 2019 he didn't much. He just put over The Undertaker and got over Dolph Ziggler. So that's a little bit. If he drops the title at at WrestleMania like he did with Braun, or was supposed to do with Roman before Braun replaced him, I would be all with it. So yeah, that is a chance of winning, but I want him to drop the title at WrestleMania or whatever pay-per-view yet. So the net.
What did you say Kevin Owens, right?
I forgot to say Roman Reigns. I would like to see Kevin Owens. Well, the likely thing is Roman Reigns. He has all these influence, but there's a chance that Kevin Owens might actually win because Kevin Owens might. But Roman Reigns has been on like a winning streak since he didn't lose until before his last loss was at Shane McMahon at Crown Jewel, I think. It's at Super Showdown and in Australia. I think that's in 2018. That was 2019 where he suited with Shane, but besides the point. So Reigns, I want him to win, but I mean Kevin Owens, I don't want him to be built up to be put down, but Kevin Owens might actually put up the victory. It's a hard one, but I'll say Kevin because Roman Reigns will eventually lose the title. If he still retains, I'll respect that. But yeah, if he loses the title at WrestleMania, then that would be fine. I would like them to.
Alright, we still got the match. We got the men's Royal Rumble.
Okay. There is some speculation of Carlito, CM Punk, The Rock, maybe even some people might say still Stone Cold Steve Austin, or some other people that have been speculated for the Rumble, like John Cena. And the people that would win the Rumble, the speculated returns, Carlito I could see happening. Punk, slightly unlikely, but it could possibly happen. The Rock is almost definite. John Cena, if he has free time in his movie schedule, he could. But Christian, I could see that happening. Christian, because he could possibly get his revenge on Randy Orton or something. But I don't know if he's actually. No. Rowan's on. I think he's in AEW now.
Has he signed a full contract with them yet?
I don't know, but I'm assuming that he did. That he did actually sign a contract because he appeared on the John Huber the event that AEW was holding for Luke Harper or John Huber or Brody Lee.
Return of
What'd you say? Van Damme? Van Damme, I could see him going if he was in the Rumble, he could go around. He could be at WrestleMania, and possibly stick around for a little bit if he wanted to. After WrestleMania, because he hasn't been in the ring since 2014 and WWE.
Could we see Ryback?
That's unlikely because Ryback has some heat with Vince McMahon and has some heat with WWE itself because he has been people say that he is a rough worker in the WWE, and I don't know. I'm assuming that Ryback actually denies the claims, but I think that Ryback. But Ryback, I would love to see him back and face I don't know, Braun Strowman or something, or some other tough guy like Keith Lee. But Ryback, I don't think I see him happening because of the heat between WWE and Vince McMahon himself and WWE management.
I know this is very unlikely, but will we ever think you see Dean Ambrose back again?
What?
About Dean Ambrose.
I think I heard in some other news outlet, wrestling news outlet, that the WWE, not the WWE, AEW allowed him to give Jon Moxley a contract wherever he wants to go. Where I think I've seen somewhere that WWE, why do I keep saying WWE? AEW kind of invaded Impact Wrestling, because Tony Khan was there, who attended in Impact. So Moxley might actually appear in WWE in the Rumble, but if he is in both companies, I think there will be a civil war between them. So it could happen, but it's unlikely because he's signed to AEW. So let's actually enough with the rumored returns, and let's actually get down to the people. And so let's talk about the people in the men's Rumble and see if there's a chance of winning, and we'll make our final decisions. So, Dominic Mysterio.
You picking Dominic?
No, I'm just listing the people, and we're just trying to see of which we could what our stances on them, and and if they're gonna if there's a chance, on our opinions, if he is gonna win the Royal Rumble, whoever it is. So Dominic Mysterio, do you think is he gonna win the Rumble?
He could. I could say he'd be like the top 3 or top 4. I wouldn't say he would win.
I mean, I see Dominic Mysterio. I would see him in the Rumble. I would see him in the Rumble possibly as a winner, but I mean, Rey Mysterio said it himself that he would definitely throw his son over the top rope to definite a win to the Rumble. I mean, but Dominic is a slight chance of winning. Yes. How about Ray?
Ray, either way, right? He knows what he's doing. He could win it. He just needs to up with many superstars like Braun Strowman or maybe Big Show or any of the big guys. I would tell him to go away. He could win. But I highly doubt he'll win this one. I really doubt.
Edge.
That's a huge part. I mean, he can win it, but is he though? Very huge numbers there. I see Edge getting a couple of spears in the last top 5. Maybe not winning. He might be winning. Might have to lose out. So my prediction for Edge is to win. Who do you think would win now?
What?
Who would you want to win?
Oh, I would like Big E to win, but I mean, he's the Intercontinental Champion, so, well, never say never, basically, but I would like to see him in the Rumble match. Not the Rumble match, but to win the Rumble. So, because Big E has been in this company since 2012, I think he's been in the company for that long. People have hinting a heel turn for a long time now, but it hasn't happened yet, for some reason. But
also, there's one more prediction, one more rumor that we might hear about Women's Rumble. Ronda Rousey.
Rousey is rumored all the time. Ronda Rousey, I would like for her to return if I was the booker. But Ronda Rousey was last. I think she was kind of either found backstage or was like training if she could possibly come back. But that's still a possibility that she could possibly win the Rumble. But per se, Big E would possibly win. That's a good possibility. So Big E is basically my pick to win. My second is gonna be Daniel Bryan. And third is going to be a tie between Edge and The Rock. Because those that could be even like possible. Because Edge, he said, oh, he's gonna reclaim his WWE championship that he never lost, which he could possibly go against the WWE championship. WWE World Heavyweight Championship he lost in 2011 due to injury, but he might go after McIntyre, I'm assuming, but he could possibly go after Reigns as well.
One with AJ Styles, or maybe a turn Holland. Dang. This is